Hey everybody, this is Rabbi Moshe Rothschild from the Global Israel Alliance, bringing you the summary of the news from Israel. Today's Friday, April 5th, and here's what happened over the following week. This week, our finance minister, Moshe Kachlon, signed an order that they would deduct about $11 million every month from monies that Israel transfers to the Palestinian Authority from taxes that Israel collects on their behalf. Why did Israel decide to deduct $11 million? Simply because the Palestinian Authority pays terrorists to murder Jews, to murder Westerners, and this reward for terror comes from money that Israel transfers to the Palestinian Authority. So Israel is deducting the amount of money that the Palestinian Authority is paying terrorists to commit acts of terror. So this program that the Palestinians have has been called Pay to Slay, and we need to do whatever we can to stop them from incentivizing people from committing acts of terror. They literally have a menu of items. If you stab a Jew, kill a Jew, so on and so forth, there's different prices for different acts of terror. And it's really just horrible. So that happened this week. Israel expanded the fishing zone off the coast of Gaza from 12 to 15 nautical miles, giving the Palestinians in Gaza more space to fish for humanitarian needs. Let's give you the latest election update. This is our last update. The election will take place on Tuesday, April 9th. Right now, the right-wing parties control 66 seats and the left-wing 54 seats. So if everything holds until the election, it looks like we will have a right-wing government, probably led by Benjamin Netanyahu, but we shall see. Israel had launched a spacecraft to the moon a couple weeks ago, and this week we got the first pictures back from the far side of the moon. I believe there's supposed to be a moon landing this week, either the 9th or the 11th, I don't remember, and Israel will become, if it is successful, the fourth country behind the United States, Russia, and China to land on the moon. It is extraordinary that such a small country like Israel will join the likes of superpowers like China, Russia, and the United States. Not even England, France, other European countries have landed on the moon. It's an extraordinary achievement for such a small country. A study at the University of Washington in the United States has ranked Israel that Israel has the least unhealthy diets of all countries in the world, attributing only 89 deaths from 100,000 people towards issues of diet, which is the lowest in the world. That's good news. In the south, the Ramon Airport just opened up, named for Israeli astronaut Ilan Ramon, who was killed along with the Columbia Space Shuttle disaster. And the airport is located just 18 kilometers north of our most southern city of Eilat. There will be, for example, in the month of April, 62 international flights coming from Europe in the month of April alone. So that's big news for Israel, for the city of Eilat, and the economy in general. The Sea of Galilee has risen to its highest level in 6 years. There's been 4 consecutive months of above average rainfall, which really is extremely helpful to help the water situation here in Israel. And the final news I want to report happened just yesterday, the day before. Really an extraordinary event. 37 years ago, in 1982, Israel fought a war in Lebanon, and a young man named Zachary Baumel was killed or was missing in action. And for years, decades, we've been praying for the return of Zachary Baumel. And this week, Russian troops discovered, located his body in the Yarmouk refugee camp in Syria. and his body was returned to Israel. The funeral was full military funeral on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Thousands, literally thousands and thousands of people showed up to pay respects to this soldier, because Israel, remember, everybody serves from the age of 18 unless you have a special exemption. So we're a society that gives a lot of respect for our soldiers. And Zachary Balmo is a household name here. And thank God his family gets to give him a proper burial. Unfortunately, his father had passed away about 7 years ago. His mother, who is in her 80s, is still alive. So that was big, big news in Israel. It is about 5:20 p.m. Here in Israel. Wishing everyone a wonderful Sabbath, and we'll see you next week. Again, this is Rabbi Moshe Rothschild, the Global Israel Alliance. Check out our website at israelalliance.org. Wishing you all a wonderful and blessed week. Blessed Shabbat from the land of Israel.